Where do you draw boundaries? Where do you find the strength to keep being the joy?
Well, I think having my chosen family and the people that I love to take care of me. But I also think there's something just about making sure that you don't put something out there before you're ready, and really just surrounding yourself with good people. It's interesting because I look at someone like you and I can't imagine anybody disliking you.
Oh, please. Do you want to know, ironically, who dislikes me the most sometimes?
Who?
Myself.
Oh, me too. Oh. But I guess, you've asked me now, you've asked me, what I would do to combat the hate, right?
Yeah.
But what do you do?
Okay, that's a great question.
Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Akakwadash. I like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And today I just want to go into this article from Fox News, and it says, Bud Light says, packed with trans activist Dylan Mulvaney helps authentically connect with audiences. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this, bring out a couple of scriptures. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, straight to the point. And it says, Anheuser-Busch defended Transformer activist Dylan Mulvaney, appearing to be used as a Bud Light spokesperson after the beer maker celebrated 365 days of girlhood, saying the pact helps authentically connect with audiences. The Transformer activist revealed Saturday that the beer company sent packs of Bud Light featuring the influencer's face as a way to celebrate a full year of girlhood that Mulvaney recently reached. Mulvaney said the cans were her most prized possession. On Instagram with a post featuring Bud Light partner, a video then featured Mulvaney in a bathtub drinking a Bud Light beer as part of the campaign. The announcement was met with a significant backlash, with Twitter users describing the campaign as another attempt to push gender propaganda, but the beer juggernaut believes the controversy is much ado about nothing. Anheuser-Busch works with hundreds of influencers across our brands as one of many ways to authentically connect with audiences across various demographics and passion points. And from time to time, we produce unique commemorative cans for fans and for brand influencers like Dylan Mulvaney. This commemorative can was a gift to celebrate a personal milestone and is not for sale to the general public, Anheuser-Busch spokesperson told Fox News. So yeah, more madness. This Transformer is being pushed by, Bud Light, celebrating, a whole year, being, transitioned from a man to a woman, it's sickening. Because at the end of the day, that's pretty much what they're doing. They're promoting this particular lifestyle, being a transformer. pretty much going from being one thing to another, but I'm just going to bring out the scriptures. I'm going to start in the book of Leviticus, chapter 20 and verse 13, and it says, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination, they shall surely be put to death. Their blood should be upon them. Now, yes, it's part of the law that, if a man lived an alternative lifestyle, that he's supposed to be put to death. But being that we're in this current, society ran by Esau, Edom, we're not able to, fulfill that law, because as it says, people that live their lifestyle are to be put to death. But, Esau has put laws, into place, protecting them. These people have more rights than, all other people, in this madness. Then I'm going to go to the book of Romans, chapter 1. And I'm going to start at verse 26. And it says, for this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature, and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lusts one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. And pretty much that's what this guy's doing, He's pushing confusion first and foremost, and, he left the natural use of the woman, which, part of the women's, part of the reason, men have women is to, reproduce, is to bear children, through the act of sex. That's part of the use of the woman. That's the natural use of the woman. But in this current society we live in, they have the alphabet movement. You have women with women, men with men, and both men and women with animals. It's a very, very sick place we live in, but that's pretty much what's being pushed, men leaving the natural use, because that's pretty much what the Lord did to a lot of these people. He gave them up to vile affection, and that is a vile affection, It's lucky, bear with me. And this is Jude 1:7, and it says, even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them in like manner, giving themselves over to fornication, going after strange flesh, are set forth as an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire. And yes, the Lord left Sodom and Gomorrah as an example of how not to live. But Esau, Edom pretty much took that and ran with it, and took it to another level. Slovakia. It is a very, very sick place that we live in. So I'm going to go to the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 8. And it says, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of that great Slovakia, of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Now, yes, that great city is being America, aka Babylon the Great. When it's spiritually called Sodom in Egypt, obviously, the article that I brought out, that's part of the reason why America is spiritually known as Sodom, because of these wayward, lifestyles, these alternative lifestyles that's pushed heavily, in this place. In Egypt, because of the hardcore bondage that, the nation of Israel suffered in this land. And our Lord Yahushua wasn't physically crucified in America, but you know, his image was crossed out, you know. So I'm going to go to the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 4, and it says, "For if Yahweh spared not the angels that have sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment." You know, this is going into, you know, the nation of Israel pretty much losing our immortal status, you know, being gods on the earth to pretty much being mortal men. You know, those chains of darkness are these bodies that we have, you know. Continuing on. Verse 5, "And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing the flood upon the world of the ungodly." And yes, you know, that's what the Lord did. You know, that was that first great judgment that the Lord performed, you know, on the world. He flooded the earth by way of water, and he only saved Noah, his sons, and their wives. You know, it's pretty much what the Lord is going to do again, you know. But instead of sending, you know, water again, he's going to flood the earth with fire. You know, he's going to bring fire upon the earth. And again, verse 6, and this is the point, "And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds." And yes, you know, that's pretty much how those of us, you know, that are in the know, that's how we feel, you know. We're vexed day to day with the filthy conversation of the wicked. You know, we have to hear these things, we have to see these things, you know. It's extremely vexing because we can't do anything about it, you know. We have to wait until the Lord, you know, delivers us from this evil, you know. Slug here, bear with me. And this is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, and verse 20. And it says, "And the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast, and them that worshipped his image. These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone." And yes, you know, that's going to be the judgment of those that ultimately receive the mark of the beast, you know, which is the RFID, CHIP, you know. But that's also going to be the judgment of those that live ungodly, that, you know, that live this alternative lifestyle, you know, because there is no correcting them. You know, they have to be judged. They have to be burned alive, you know. And All right, I'm going to end it on this. And it's the book of Zechariah, chapter 14 and verse 12. And it says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." Yes, and this is describing, that fire that the Lord is going to bring, which is going to be by way of those ICBM missiles that are going to be shot off throughout the world, hitting primarily here in America, because it is Babylon the Great, and then Babylon is prophesied to be destroyed. But, that is going to be the judgment of those that receive the mark of the beast ultimately, and those that live ungodly, So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who I learned this truth from. And I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.